this is where we're at. We went from many being funneled into one meme. In the wake of the death of God, in the Nietzschean sense, we have been left with many tiny little pieces attempting to assert themselves as a symbolic language. So in Christianity's absence, in God's absence, we have innumerable attempts at a unified symbolic language, and memes represent these attempts. So what is a meme? It's a word that has definitely been maligned. It's just thought of as a silly internet joke, but it is certainly more than that. Memes, to me, are archetypes and symbols in the Jungian sense, which is to say that they are vessels for archaic energies, psychic energy. And through through the vessel being unassailable to reason, that's why they're funny. If we could think about them, they wouldn't be funny. Just like if you could clearly see any given symbol, it would lose its efficacy. So memes are archetypal symbols, and something that Jung talked about that is not recognized often is that archetypes are not stagnant. We hear a lot of people talk about archetypes, and even teachers teaching about archetypes, they say kind of like they're stock characters, like they're the same thing forever. They've been the same thing from 2000 to 240 to 2020, and it's not true. If you read Jung, you see that they have transformed every generation to make themselves as efficient as possible. The vessel is changing, but the energy is the same. It's an archetypal energy that expresses itself through forms. And while one might be tempted to say in this age of reason that we live, that we've gotten rid of all of our little beliefs and all of our symbols, we haven't. We've gone into hiding in the form of memes, which is why we laugh at them. So to try and gain insight into the collective unconscious, I am bowing as low as I can. And I am looking at memes. I'm looking at perhaps a great sewer of information, and I'm trying to make sense of it. I'm trying to see the meaning in all of these expressions. So beyond just being an archetypal symbol, because what does that mean? We have to look at the idea that we have a lot of information in the world. We have a lot of information, just like we have a lot of idols. When we compress them, they're condensed into one perfect form. Memes take a lot of information. Archetypes take a lot of information and condense it into a transmittable form. They take a lot of cultural information, even a lot of personal information, and they transform it into a single, easily understood image. And of course, many memes play off of this. They make it very complex or, intentionally obtuse. There's no way to get the meaning out of it. But at its very root, a meme is simply an image or a symbol or a word that condenses lots of ideas and lots of context into a single form. But this idea of of a powerful image and a powerful word does not have its roots really in Dawkins, Richard Dawkins, who coined the term meme. It goes much farther back, and it's almost always to occultists. It is an intrinsically occult idea. We find it in Eliphas Levi. Levi talks about how ideas are oftentimes more infectious than diseases themselves. William S. Burroughs. If you've read Burroughs, you're familiar with the idea of a word virus. A word virus is able to spread person to person. So it was occultists that have known throughout all of time that images and words have power. It's not just a modern pop science idea.